Hi everyone, welcome back to another reading vlog. It is Saturday, it is the cozy PJdayathon, and I am reading Twilight. I am in a sparkly black top like a vampire. I am not in my pyjamas because I'm away and I don't have like a supply of pyjamas. I also put on clothes because weirdly they're more comfortable than pyjamas. Like, I like pyjamas, but when I'm in pyjamas I feel like I should get dressed. But I have a cup of tea, I have a cozy jumper, I have my sticky notes, so I'm gonna go with the same method or the same tabs I used when I last annotated or noted, and that was for the quiz quotient, and it was cute, creepy, cringy, sex, genuine feelings, didn't have any genuine feelings, physical descriptions, oh, what was the other one? I can, like, interactions with other people, so not just the love interests. So yeah, I've got my notebook as well, so I can actually make notes, and yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do half an hour of reading and then some job applications maybe, unless I get sucked into this. Because Sam said he hated it, but always just felt like he should keep reading. So, you know, maybe I will feel the same. We will see. Bella Swan is a sour character. She has moaned about everything, and I can't get over the fact that I saw a clip of Edward, on Twitter the other week where he's like sat in class and then kind of that was horrible. Where he's sat in class and just like smells something and then goes all rigid and looks like he's got a boner or something. And that's genuinely a scene from the book where he like smells her and then like, oh god, can't sit next to you. But oh god, it's gonna take me forever to read. That was one chapter, 20 pages long. I've got 320 more pages. That's it's gonna be so long. Hi everyone, I'm just checking back in now. I've passed the 100 page mark. It is so exciting. I am on chapter 8. That's very exciting. I've just actually stopped now because it's about 7 o'clock, so I'm going to go and have some dinner, or make some dinner and then have some dinner, and then I'm going to watch a film, I think, whilst I am doing that, because the PJdayathon, I will remember how to say it probably as the day finishes, has like a bingo board, and one of the things is like have a break and watch TV. So I'm going to do that again, find myself another romantic movie. I am wearing this, which is actually a scarf, as like a blanket, because as I'm away I don't have like a supply of pyjamas, so I'm just going for like comfy clothes. I am very comfy. I'm kind of snuggled up in this. I also have a jumper if I'm like really, really cold, but I'm alright at the moment. What else is on the board? PJs, eat a snack, have a hot or cold drink, text a friend, wear a face mask, light a candle, got 3 more, have a snack, and 2 more that I can't remember, but yeah, I think I'll be able to cross them all off apart from, or watch something, and ninth one I'll just like add at the bottom. And I think I'll be able to cross them all off apart from have a face mask, because I did pop up to the shops and I couldn't seem to find any up there, and I like didn't want to search enough to go to another shop. But yeah, so I'm gonna read some more of this in a bit. I'm gonna have some food first, and yeah, I will check in with you. I didn't actually check in with you about this at all. Hang on, bear with. And basically my thoughts are, Bella describes everything to the nth degree. Like, there were some rocks when they went to the beach and she described every colour of the rocks and every person and the clothing of every person, and always describes Edward's eyes as ochre, if that's how you say it, which I think is like brown, but she always says ochre instead of brown. I mean, they might not be brown, but like, we're just assuming. She always really describes everything, and also she is one of those characters that doesn't know she's beautiful, and she's all clumsy and pale, but still like 4 or 5 guys want to go out with her. And she's also really clever. Like, she's read all the classics and she's ahead in all her classes, so you know, she's the perfect girl. She thinks she knows that the Cullens are vampires now, but obviously not, because that would be weird. Like, people aren't actually vampires. But she met Jacob, who I didn't realise was in this book. I thought Sam told me he didn't turn up. But Jacob is like an old family friend, and also younger. I didn't realise he was meant to be younger than them. He's in it. That was a shock. Wolfman is in this one. So, yeah.
Look, you don't have to give me an answer now. Just think about it, okay?
Yep, don't hold your breath.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. Yeah, you are, weirdo. I'm just gonna put another cringy tab in for that line, methinks. I've put cringy in quite a lot, actually. I think he just revealed that he sparkles in the sunlight. Is that why he can't go out in the day? I don't know. He said he will show her sometime, and that's the only thing I can think it would be. But I have a question, if anyone's going to answer it. I don't know, and I can only assume it's going to get revealed, but why is he so obsessed with her? Like, is there something about her that makes her more alluring to vampires, or is it something like her blood type? Or is it just like a YA trope to make this vampire attraction less weird? Like, I don't know at the moment. It's just kind of baffling me a bit. I assume we will find out, and if we don't find out in this one, we will find out in like future ones. You know what? I texted Sam earlier and I said it's not the worst book I've read this month, which is a shocker to me. I have read some bad books this month, and the fact that this isn't the worst one is a surprise. I checked in all of 5 minutes ago, but I've got to throw out my contender for the favourite line. Obviously in the kiss quotient, that was something like she had nipples that men and baby dreamed of. Definitely my favourite line. This one though, it was a colossal tribute to his face that it kept my eyes away from his body. Damn that sexy vampire. Hi everyone, I just thought I'd check in this morning in my full Hufflepuff get-up. I was basically all Hufflepuffy yesterday, wasn't I? I was just wearing yellow. Today I'm wearing it because I've just filmed the Hufflepuff book tag. No idea when it's going to go up. It's just one of those tags that I've kind of filmed now because I've got the time, but don't know when it's going to go up. I'm kind of like keeping it in the backlog until then. But yeah, I just thought I'd check in with you this morning to talk about this again. I am now 213 pages through. I've got about 130 left. I don't know why this has so few pages, but I couldn't find a copy on Goodreads or an edition on Goodreads that had the same number of pages. So what I'm doing is working out the percentage I am through it and then updating the percentage, but hopefully I'll finish it tonight anyway, so I don't have to worry about that more than one night. But I've just finished chapter 14. Well, I finished it this morning. I'm going to read another chapter now, and then I'm going to do some work because I need to do my job applications like usual because I still don't have a job, as we checked in at the start of the week. But whilst I was here, I'm just going to go through what my tabs are, because I said at the start that they were going to be the same as they were previously, but I think I remembered them wrong. So I am now going to see if I can remember them right for what I'm doing in here. So pink, I think I'm using for... I think I've got mixed up. I think I'm using pink and dark blue as the same thing. I think I'm using this for non-romantic interactions with the love interest, but I think I also may have been putting genuine feelings in there, which I was going to use this for because there aren't any cute moments, unless I was using this as non-intimate forms of bonding, and that's just genuine feelings. But then I also think I'm using this for... So I think I've been using this like when they've gone out on dates, but I think I've used this when they've just been talking. So I don't know, there's no consistency to my own work. But orange is still cringy / weird because there are a lot of creepy things, which is yellow. But there are some that aren't necessarily cringy. There aren't as many nipple talkings about. But she calls him a god a lot. She also calls him Adonis and a Greek god and a sculpture and a statue, so we know he looks like a classic handsome vampire man. But she also does like a lot of weird things, or a lot of weird things get said, so I've kind of saved it for both of those. I wonder if I can get an example. Oh, so what you're saying is, I'm your brand of heroine. And that, yeah, answers my question from last night. Now I know what or why he's so obsessed with her. And also why he looked like he had a boner. Because he probably did. Green is still physical descriptions. Blue is non-romantic interactions. So like interactions with friends and family. I haven't always been putting those in. Because, to be fair, Bella, at least at the start, did talk to other people a lot. Yeah, I don't know what dark blue is, and purple was still for sex, but Sam told me last night they don't have sex until book 4. And I, you know what, didn't realise there were 4 books. So that was a shocker to me. I can't remember when it was, but Sam told me because I texted him with a line from the book which I quickly read and then had to reread because I read it wrong. The line was, "Bella, I think you should go inside now." But when I quickly read it, I thought it said, "Bella, I think I should go inside you now." I was like, what? So yeah, I texted it to Sam and he said, no, that doesn't happen until book 4, but Edward tries. No, Bella tries? One of them tries. But yeah, it's just so weird, and I understand how it really gripped basically a whole world. Like, everyone seemed to be. I mean, not everyone, but like a lot of people were obsessed with these books. And I mean, I can't necessarily see how people were obsessed with the books, but I can see how lots of people kept reading them. So don't know what that tells you. There were just bits in it that I didn't realise were real. I thought they were just from the film. And the baseball scene is coming up soon. I have seen clips. I have seen people say it is the best scene ever. So yeah, baseball. I can't believe I'm about to say this, guys. But I'm really tired, and all I want to do is sit down and read Twilight. I look very tired. My hair looks really short. My hair looks weirdly short. I'm so used to it being really, really long. Like, off camera kind of long, but apparently we've got a bob today because I've washed my hair. Oh, that's so weird. But yeah, I'm checking in because I've finished this and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I'm saying this because honestly, I was really judgy before. Like, I was like, oh yeah, it's Twilight, I haven't read it, I'm better than everyone. But I'm not saying it's good, but it's not the worst one I've read this month. I have read some bad books this month, and not even bad books, but books I haven't liked, and I didn't hate this one. I don't know what gripped the whole world, and I won't necessarily be reading the sequels. I probably will at some point, but I'm not in a rush to read the sequels. But it wasn't terrible, and I'm just shocked at myself for saying it. I kind of didn't finish tabbing it. Can you see? There are some tabs. I didn't finish tabbing it because basically I ran out of the cringy ones halfway through the last... what's it called? Time lapse. I ran out of them, and they were the ones I kind of kept wanting to use because Bella says some cringy stuff. The whole thing is like a metaphor. I don't know what the whole thing is a metaphor for, but there are a lot of metaphors in this, and it just felt a bit weird a lot of the time. I don't know what to say other than that. The end felt a bit random. I didn't know that was how it was going to end. To be fair, I had like no prediction. I didn't like expect anything to happen. I feel safe talking about what actually happened in this because it's 15 years now since this came out. So like, I figure even if you haven't read it like I hadn't read it, you know the basic plot. So I knew she wasn't going to get changed, transformed, vampified. That doesn't sound right. She wasn't going to get turned into a vampire in this one. I knew that. I knew it didn't happen until like 3 or 4. And so I wasn't expecting that. But I wasn't necessarily expecting her to get chased by another vampire who didn't necessarily like the scent of her or anything, but just thought it would be a fun game. That was an experience. Bit weird, bit random, bit dramatic as well. Like, Bella is such a weird character, so it's almost like she is the ultimate cliche. Like, she's super beautiful but doesn't know it, but beautiful in that not blonde sexy kind of way, but a pretty way, where she has 4, 5 guys who fancy her and all want to go out with her and would like fight each other to go out with her. But she's also like clumsy in a cute way and always falls over and always hurts herself. But she's also super clever and knows all this stuff, and she will step up to save the day but doesn't save the day, just kind of gets in the way of the day because then everyone has to come and save her. But yeah, and then she smells nice, and then that revelation about the vampire, why he was like so obsessed with the family and Alice in particular, took me a while to understand. I had to go back and reread that page because I didn't understand it the first time. And I found myself smiling at Twilight at the end, which shocked me. Shocked me, it did. I don't know why I was smiling. I think just because it was cute at the end. I got to use like some of my cute tabs at the end, or I could have done, but I'd kind of like stopped tabbing by then because I'd run out. But yeah, it was cute a bit. And less, I think one of the reasons I didn't hate it so much is it was less creepy than I thought. I thought it was going to be way more creepy. I mean, the bit where he says he watches her in her sleep, I knew he was going to do that, but didn't make it less weird. I think it's been overhyped is the wrong word, but it's kind of like the right sentiment. It's been overhyped as a really bad thing. I think because, you know what, as well, because it's a teen book, because teen girls can't like good things. They just have to like crappy vampire shows. Yeah, I think society, after it was really big and after the films were quite bad, made Twilight to be this overhyped, thanks to 50 Shades of Grey, over-sexualised, crappy teen girl book. And it actually kind of paved the way for a lot of books that are out there. I mean, it paved the way for 50 Shades of Grey, and obviously that's a great one. That's not a romance I'll be checking out, but yeah, I don't necessarily have anything more to say other than I read Twilight and it wasn't too bad. Now it's just gone 10 and I'm not tired now, but I will be tired soon, and I have been tired. So what I'm going to do is go up to bed. I don't know if I'm going to read tonight or if I'm going to put a film on. I've started watching Bridget Jones, and you know what? It's funny. And I was thinking about what makes the perfect rom-com, and I've decided it needs to have Hugh Grant in it because I have watched 4 rom-coms and he has been in 2 of them, so like statistically he needs to be in it. They also need to play She's So Lovely by Scouting for Girls because it was in Gavin and Stacey and also Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. They can't communicate. That's generally over the books and films I've read. They can't communicate. They need to like mess up. I can't think of my other ones. Rain always makes it good. Rain is less a book thing. Rain is like a film thing because it's dramatic. I can't think, but basically Hugh Grant and Scouting for Girls, especially if it's like a noughties kind of film. I'm really enjoying Bridget Jones so far. I know it's like a bit problematic to watch now because she is so obsessed with her weight, but it's like in that kind of relatable way where people of that age do that stuff, do weigh themselves, do focus on diets, do all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I just started watching it and thought, you know what, I'd really like someone to adapt a book or just make a film like Holly Bourne's How Do You Like Me Now, where a woman is in her 30s in a relationship but is actually falling out of love, because we are so pressured when we reach that kind of age to have settled down, to either have already settled down or be settling down. And I think that shows in movies that a big kind of trope, kind of, not necessarily a genre, I can't think of the word, but like an often used kind of thing is women and guys reaching about 30 and suddenly realising they need to get married and settle down, but we don't have it in reverse. Like How Do You Like Me Now is all about reaching that age and then not conforming to it, feeling like you need to go and do something else, but also feeling like you need to settle down and get married and have kids because that's what everyone else is doing. And in 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Hugh Grant's character was like ready to be like a bachelor his whole life and never settle down, but then he realizes that there is someone he loves, and instead of sticking it out as a lone wolf, he decides to settle down. But yeah, the other thing I was going to mention that films need to have is an element of competition, because in a romance that obviously makes things better, that you can't just happily fall in love. You have to like be competing with someone, be it an ex-girlfriend or another partner, or you're stuck between 2 guys. There needs to be some competition. And also, this again I've noticed more in books, but I'm not saying it's not there in films, is you have to say I love you. You can't say, you know what, I think I like you. It has to be, no, I love you. That's like how you know, I've already said this, but that's how you know that someone likes you, is by saying I love you. That's something it only happens in the movies did differently. They never say I love you, I don't think. Or they only say it when things are falling apart and it's kind of like that last ditch attempt to make everything okay again. But they say I'm falling in love with you or I like you, and you know what, I just appreciate that kind of little subtle thing. So yeah, Twilight wasn't terrible. Bridget Jones is quite funny. Oh, and I watched All the Boys I've Loved Before, you know, that Netflix one where she writes the letters. I watched that too. That was also cute. I like that. That's kind of like cute and cozy, and now I understand why everyone wants to look like Lara Jean, because she does have really cool clothes. But you know what, watching some of those I was like, you know what, I feel like I have a similar sort of style to her, not exactly the same, but some of our clothing is like kind of there. Just one final postscript. Why is there an apple on the front cover? If anyone could answer that for me, that would be great. I just genuinely wonder, like, is it just for the aesthetic? So it's black and white and red? Because then, hang on, let's see if I can smoothly flip. So obviously it looks like this in the original, and then that in the gender bent version, so it's green. Sam suggested to me the ending might be different. He said you should read it so you can find out. Sam says they're completely different stories. I mean, I'm not necessarily going to read it anytime soon, but maybe I should. If you've got this far, thank you for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up and a comment if you enjoyed, and if you've got thoughts on Twilight still, please let me know, because I do, and I'm late to the party, and so I need someone to talk to. Please consider subscribing if you're not already, and I will see you in the next video, which hopefully won't be as long as it was last week, because this is 2 videos. So I'll see you soon. Bye!